Good evening and welcome back to Timberborn, here where we have had a problem and do have a problem and we're having lots of fun with it. Not a problem with the game is good now, the game is fine, no more crashes, no more weird things happening, everything seems very good. The problem was that I lost pretty much all the beavers because of something I completely missed. Beavers get old and die. It's a shock. It's amazing to know that beavers get old and they die. And you have to replace them by having the breeding pod. The problem is that the breeding pods require attendance. They require some beavers to actually work them. So here, where I set the district to the lowest population, the lowest workplace priority, none of the beavers were working here. And because no beavers were here and there were no unemployed beavers, no one was attending the pods. So all the beavers died, and because all the beavers died here, there was nobody else to move to other places. So we started losing loads of beavers. I did manage to catch it. We went down to about 40 beavers. I did manage to catch it, and I forced some beavers out to here and have set the priority of the main district centres. All of them are now the highest priority. So everyone has beavers that move things around. There's also a problem here where you might see we're suffering for food. That's because this was full of water. It had 200 water and 100 planks in it, and they weren't emptying it, so no food could come over. And that's again because there were no builders or haulers to move stuff around. So I have fixed that, and hopefully everything will be good and fantastic. We've also built along here, and as you can see, all of the logs are gone, and we're gonna plant more stuff here. When more beavers come over, we currently need 19 beavers here to do all the jobs. We are going to import 20. But we're not getting there yet. I have built some new pods as well, so we have some more around the outside here. So that'll be good. So we'll get some more beavers in here eventually. It's just going to take a bit of time. So what do we want to do this episode? Well, I kind of think setting up planks and maybe gears might be an idea, which is two separate zones. We also want to clear out like these trees over here, and I think we'll chop them down for the gears and planks. I think for other ones, we're probably just going to destroy them and be done with it. So these no longer need to exist. So let's pause both of these, let them empty out the wood. We don't need chopping down wood here anymore. That's fine. I think right, this is going to be food. You're still chopping down trees here. I think you can be stopped as well, to be honest with you. We'll get rid of you. Yes, we want to chop down some more trees, but later. So I think we're going to do it here on this peninsula here. We're going to have our logs and other bits and pieces, which means we need to actually get some power going. So we're going to have to put some power. Power's going to be from the first district. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the two lines in here. Now we do need to actually blow up a line down here. If I go into build mode, let's go to power. Let's unlock the big water. We want to unlock the water. Now I want to put. Actually, let's just build the thing. Let me just show you what I want to do. So I want to build basically this all the way down, and then we want to put in water wheels here and here. Run a power line up the center, go above here, and then spread it out to wherever it needs to go. It can go to wherever it wants to go to, and it will just go above the path. So it will go along, come along here, go along here. And I think this will be enough to build a couple here. I would like to deepen this, however. Very much deepen this. And maybe we can elongate it at a later date, I don't know. But definitely want to deepen it. Because these power wheels can run obviously too deep. So having them drop down by one will make it way easier to run. And also the water can pour into here, go along, and then we can blow this right out to here, and this is already too deep here, so the water will come out all the way, and it will be faster if we do it that way. I think right now we're going to just put some in one deep and go with that route, or maybe even just do some power wheels to start with and then transfer it over later when we get access to metals, which is something else we want to do as well. So we're going to do that as well. Let's unlock the scavenger flag. And we're going to put a scavenger flag here to clear this and this. So we might put a scavenger flag like here. I think if we put one there, it can reach all of this. It kind of reaches around, but when we clear some, it can have path around it. So that would clear all of those. And if we put one here, I believe it will be able to come down and clear all of those. Yeah. What we might do is run a path down here. Put it in there. So we get some scavengers further down. And these are both owned by District 1. So yeah, this is all owned by District 1 right now, so that's fine. We can clear stuff. We also want to clear the trees out. Birch trees, we can probably chop down some birch trees. We don't have any other trees coming in. We're not using any trees, so that's okay. I think we're okay for trees, to be honest. We need to export trees over to here. So we have to clear these. They can chop down the tree. So we want to get metal because we're going to need to get some smelters running. Which will be somewhere along here, I don't know. We'll do that. Probably this one here might be smelters and then something else on the end, I don't know. A lot of these may well have like a district. I did explain this before. We'll have a district sort of at part of the peninsula and then another district later on. So one, same peninsula, but one segment will be split into two. Because you don't need that many. I mean, when it comes to smelters, we're only going to need probably 2 at the most, making the blocks. And then we could probably figure something else out so that we can get the underground ruins to actually be part of this area. It is possible to cross platforms. If we run a path up and over this path and down to here, then this underground ruins can be owned by this segment, so we could pump the scrap out to make it iron. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the scrap being owned by that. We'll figure it out. We might do that. I don't think we can get both of them doing that, but maybe. Who knows? We can do many things. I want to add you. Right, you are exporting wood to everywhere, which is fine. You are going to build some of this. I don't think you are going to build any of this. Or no, you can't reach any of there. You can't reach any of there either. Interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some paths down here, like this, so that we can actually reach with this all the way down when we get paths, so that they can actually reach down to build all this. Because we're going to need that. And then we're going to put stuff over here. So I think logs and things like that. So let's put in a district center. I'm going to put it like here. So, and this is going to be purely for lumber mill usage. So I'm going to leave a gap between the part. In fact, we'll leave 2 gaps. So I'll build 4 of these like this, which means we're going to need to start with power wheels because we don't have any power, and it's 1 power wheel per building. So we'll do this, there we go, and then we'll build. In fact, what we can do is put those power wheels in front. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to remove those. We're going to put the power wheels in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Power lines up, like that. And then we'll put the lumber mills behind them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that way we can add another lumber mill in the front. It leaves a gap for the path. The power will come in and run above the path. That'd be the idea. And then we'll connect to that. When we build a district that's going to have engines, so probably, as I said, this district up here might become engines. So we'll have smelteries and engines. That will connect into the power system as well. So it will all become one giant power grid. That's the plan. Whether it works or not, I don't know. We'll find out. But we can do this. There. We want to put in a district gap there, but this can all be built from this district. So we will build it all first. In fact, it could probably also be housed by this district. It looks like it can be housed. So we might build it and house it temporarily, and then shut down this one over here. We could probably shut down this one here already. We only have 20 planks. Interesting. I think this can be shut down. We don't need gears right now. The lumber mills here. And then we can just build some more down the back here, and we can build some more this side of it and this side of it. So we've got plenty of place for lumber mills. And then further down the road, we can have another district, which will be for gears, which will be awesome. This will need wood. Well, that's fine, because we can import wood. We can put our distribution post the other side of the river. And we can chop down trees for wood as well. So that's going to be fine. We've got someone saying nothing in range here, but I think that's just because none of our beavers are working in here to actually plant any trees at the moment. So they're just going to moan because there's nothing to do. That's until our population comes, and our population will come along because our breed we have 10 new breeding pods I put in. I'm going to remove these ones here. I'm going to keep an eye on them, and when they pop next time, I will remove them. So we're down here. We may also move the drop-off point away from here, just so I can surround the whole place. There's space here for 16 more breeding pods if we did that, and then we could move this. I don't know, maybe down here, just on the side. Do that now. Put in a new, because they're free. They're free. These where is it? Here, labour. Drop off point. Yeah, drop off points are free. Like that. Then we can remove this. So we want water, farms, and logs. So we remove these water, farms, and okay. So the water is you. No, you. Add to there. And water. Farms was you. There with the camp. And logs was you. Here. Log. Okay. And then I can get rid of this once they've emptied it, which I'm about to do at the moment. And then we can put in some more here. I do think we're going to keep the berry patch here. I might get rid of like most of this that's here. Put our houses a bit closer and just have like a small berry patch to here, and then we can use the rest of this area for whatever we want to use it for. So we'll shrink the berry patch down, because by looks of it, we only really need half what we currently have. So we might do that. We might cut it back, because once District 1 is established, once we've got logs, well, we will have logs soon. Once we get planks and gears established, District 1 doesn't need any of this anymore at all. It will have no exports, so it won't be sending anything out anywhere. That'll be the plank or this is the lumber mill. I am doing it via buildings because, I mean, lumber mill does one thing, the gear workshop does one thing, most of these do one thing. Some buildings produce 2 different things, so that's why I'm naming it by buildings. There isn't any buildings that do things. The golem part area, we might have a golem district that just produces golems, and that will have like the golem part factory and the assembler in it. It will have both, and then each district will obviously get charging stations, control towers, and things. These have changed as well, so that's going to be useful now. The charge towers aren't required anymore. It's going to be really helpful. So that might kind of break the rule of a single building per district, but it makes sense because they're making golems. So it's just one area making golems. It's the same with the breeding area, basically. It may become District 1. We may even just put it in water here, because we could dam off this. But we'll figure it out later. But if a building has 2 different things, like a farm, for instance, this is the farm area, so this will produce all the different foods. If we have a grits mill that has 2 different ones, we'll have a grits mill area which will produce 2 different goods. So that's the idea. Right, let's rename you to the well, this can be the planks. Right, we'll call this the lumber yard. These are lumber mills. It's spelled with an E, not an A. Lumber yards. Okay, boom. So we've got the farms, we've got the lumber yards, we'll have the gear workshops, we'll have the logs, which should probably be named a logging camp or something. This can cover half of that, this can cover the other half of that, and all of these can cover pretty much everything inside here. We go up to here, we've got a bit more space. We don't have any space to build any more distribution posts, which I can think of. Yeah, I just didn't think of that. Didn't think of that at all. Maybe we could squeeze this one up and get another one in the end. F5 on biggest 3. Yeah, if we squeezed it up, we want to get one more in the end. But we could get one more down here, possibly. We get some more up here. We will need more logs because logs are going to be moved around the places. This one is going to be for building. So as I said, this one's going to have many different logs added to it. And like this one is going to distribute to do planks, and we'll have another one which will distribute to gears, and another one which will go to treated planks, and another one that goes to engine. I think that's it. I think we need 4, so we might be able to squeeze them in up against here. We'll figure it out when we come to it. If I have to move that one, we'll move it. We'll figure it out. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Some beavers are sleeping outside, which is weird because we have 37 spare houses. I'm not sure what's going on. We're not working them over. Tired. I've just noticed that some beavers are just sleeping outside. They're becoming tired and just sleeping rather than going back to their beds. What shall I see? Look here. We've got a beaver. You're just sleeping here. You live in this house. Why are you sleeping outside? It's really strange. I don't know. It's like I'm overworking them. I do hope it's not an issue with it. Because they only sleep at night though. So it's not like I'm overworking them and sleeping during the day. Don't know. Weird. Very weird. But it's fine. It's fine. So this has got a lot to build. All the way down here, we have stuff to build here, which is fine. This needs doing on because we have gone there, so we need to raise our population up, which we will do. Should we build the gear workshop as well? We'll just do that. Let's see here. So if we want to do another row here of lumber yards, let me just put a lumber yard in, so I know where we are. There. That means that the path would have to be behind that. I'm going to leave a gap behind that, and then a gap in between it before we build anything here. So we have space, and then we'll have a gear workshop there, and then it's going to basically be exactly the same thing. We'll have a district centre there, then we'll have a gear workshop there, and there will be one there, but we're not going to build them yet on the outside. That's fine. We'll have 2 gear workshops that can do their thing there. We need power for it as well. These are way hungrier for power than the other ones are. They require so much more. Oh, and also make sure if you ever build something like this, you build the power lines first, because beavers will quite happily build the outsides, build this one, and then not be able to get to that. But build them first, or beavers will stand in there and build this and get trapped. Build your power lines first. So if you're ever building something where it's clear that it's trapped, it's a beaver trap, beavers will fall into the trap. They do that a lot. Make sure you build those first. Set the priorities and build those first. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then we can put in a like here. We can put a gate in here or wherever, whenever. The path up there won't really be needed. It's just a split. We can put a fence in there. It's just a split, so I know that's where it is. So we have space to put more lumber mills in there, more gear workshops. Probably should have done this other way around, because you need more lumber mills than you do gears. Let's fix that before anything gets built, because we can do that. We can swap these around. They're interchangeable because they're exactly the same as gears and gears. Then lumber mill. That just means that we can build further up the lumber mill, so we get more lumber mills in and less gears in, which is fine. Which means we're in this to gear workshops, lumber yards. There we go, like that. Awesome. This has got a connection between the two, just purely to help things go around, because obviously they'll need food in here. I'm not going to do anything with your population yet. I am going to set your priority higher than the rest. It does mean that we're going to have some people there. Probably cut it down to 2. I'm honest with you. In all of these. In fact, we can cut that to 1. As long as there's 1 beaver that can move things out of the drop-off point and put it somewhere else, it means that the drop-off point will not fill with goods, because we're currently sending 300 water around. So it's quite possible that this will run out of water. We'll fill up with water and then not be able to send anything else in. So, yeah. So we don't want to do that. We don't do that. We want to obviously keep things on. You do not have enough water coming in. Do we need to up your water? People. Oh, hang on. What's happened here? What's happened here? Hold on. You are sending water to logs. You have no one working for you. That's because I need to turn that down. Because we had a drop in beavers from here, it hasn't sent beavers out to places, so we are going to be having lulls going on there. People are going to start dying of thirst, aren't they? We're going to have problems. We're going to have problems. We've had issues. We've had issues. You are building everything. Oh yeah, all these are pools, aren't they? We need beavers working in here. Hello. That's weird. Why are the 2 beavers? We need beavers working here. Let's shut down the water pumps for a moment. Get some beavers working in here. We really need more beavers here. You've got lots of children. 24 kids currently. Which is a bit of a pain. We're not going to need the number of planks. Well, that's not set up yet. We do need planks right now, so we're not going to do that, because we will need planks for doing stuff. So, yeah, we'll set this up, and then once this kicks in, we can do things. But then we need more beavers to send over. So yeah, we're going to have lots. So hopefully you have got some beavers, so you can actually send some water over before everyone dies over here. Preferably, would be nice if possible. Obviously, District 1 needs water for the beavers. I could force some beavers out. Let's do that. Let's force some beavers from District 1 to water, and we will send. We have 20 minimum. We only need 15. Let's send 10 over. Poof. There we go. Okay. We'll just give it a nice boost here. Now have 24. How many are you asking for? How many are asking for water? Water is asking for 24. Made that 25. There we go. Which fills up everything quite nicely. In fact, you have seven workers doing nothing. So we can turn this back on. So, turn that back up. So we've got all the beavers working. Any places with no beavers working? You got all beavers working. You've got all beavers working. You now are actually short some, but that's fine. That's fine, because we don't need to worry about this. Okay, so we need to wait for this to build. So they're going to build this here. You're going to start building this here. You've still got 4 workers. That's fine. You only need 1 worker, because we have this here. Any spare workers go into here. And you always have 1 worker working in here. Which is fine. So no matter what happens, even if everyone starts dying off, 1 worker will always stay in the farms, in the district centre, to haul stuff from here out. So we're guaranteed for that. Same for you. You do not need 4 workers. You're not actually building anything, you just need 1. This probably needs a hauling post to take all the logs out and up to here, but we'll do that soon. You have only put 4 in there because otherwise you're just going to have unemployed beavers, and we are still building stuff here, so go build stuff. Go build stuff. Okay. So yeah, so I need to wait for building. More beavers for planting. We could also do with blocking off this here. Now, did this ever get... This did get some water. Okay, so it does. It does eventually get water. If you block it off, it will fill up and hold water. So let's do that here, shall we? Let's... Right. Here. do that. Hopefully that is your building range. Yes, it is. Okay, so you can build these whenever you're ready for it. And then water can come in here and be stored in here to keep this area green as well, so we can plant trees all year round, which would be nice. You're struggling for water. Fine. Oh, you're actually from this district. You don't have any water. But you will get water because this has water in it. So we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I just need to let things build and let things go. So that's what we're going to do. Normally I split these up. I try and split these up into different sections, but I've been chatting for 25 minutes. Yeah. So that's what's happened. That's what's happened. This has gone on here. We've had a beaver issue, but we have the new plan for building the districts here. We'll come back next episode when these are all built and ready to go. And we can then look at displaying more beavers around. We just need to... not displaying beavers. Displacing beavers around. And we'll just figure it out from there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.